reality begin to set in. The big, beautiful bill turned out to be the big, beautiful lie. Now, some Republicans regret voting for Trump's policy bill, claiming they didn't know what was included in the bill. Now, I'm telling some of their constituents that they didn't even read the bill. Tyrone Bowman, live. According to Forbes, some Republicans said they were unaware of certain provisions in the massive Trump policy bill that passed the House last month and threatened to vote against it when it returns to the lower chamber after revisions in the Senate throwing its future into doubt. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican from Georgia, said Tuesday she wouldn't have voted for the bill if she knew a provision to block states from regulating artificial intelligence for the next 10 years was included, writing on X that she is, quote, adamantly opposed in capital letters to the measure, calling it, quote, a violation of state rights, end quote. Greene said she wouldn't vote for the legislation again if the Senate doesn't remove the moratorium, though proponents of the provision, such as Representative Jay Abenalti, a Republican from California, said, it's designed to motivate Congress to adopt national artificial intelligence regulation, arguing a patchwork of state rules complicates development, according to The Intercept. Representative Mike Flood, a Republican from Nebraska, also said during a town hall meeting in his district last week he wouldn't have voted for the bill if he knew it would include a provision that would make it more burdensome for federal judges to hold people in contempt. I'm not going to hide the truth. This provision was unknown to me when I voted for the bill, Flood said. The provision would require judges to set bonds for parties in federal civil suits seeking a preliminary injunction or temporary restraining order to cover any costs that might be incurred if the injunction or restraining order was overturned. How about this? What they did know that was in the bill, they knew that Medicaid would be cut. They knew that SNAP benefits would be eliminated. They knew that money for many worthwhile organizations would be eliminated. Now these Republicans are claiming they didn't know what was in the bill. They're liars. They knew exactly what was in the bill. And the only reason why they're trying to cozy up to their constituents because they're trying to cover their behinds, they're trying to save their jobs with the upcoming midterm elections. Deep down on the inside of their hearts, when it comes back to the Senate, these lying MAGA Republicans, they're going to vote for the bill. Don't believe anything that they say. They've been proven they don't care about everyday working people. They don't care about seniors. They don't care about retirees. They don't care about Social Security, but they care about getting their money. They care about the huge salaries that they're making. They care about the benefits packages they receive. They care about the black card medical coverage that they have. They care about all the perks and things that they continue to have. So this is nothing more than a sham. They got caught and they can't tell what the hell they're doing. And advocates of the provision claim it's designed to prevent frivolous lawsuits, while opponents allege it's designed to protect Trump and his allies if they violate court orders, according to the New York Times, which I agree. Elon Musk has strongly come out against the bill in recent days. He ripped the legislation in a series of more than a dozen posts, and this week calling it a massive, outrageous, pork-filled, disgusting abomination. He also appeared to threaten Republicans who voted for it, suggesting voters will remove them from office in the next year's midterms. Get it together. Midterm elections are coming up. These people, they're going to be lying all the way between now and after the elections. And once the midterm elections is over, if they maintain power, they're going to go back to being the heartless, cold, ruthless people that they really are. Don't fall for the hype. Congress has set a goal to have what's formerly known as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act on President Donald Trump's desk by July 4, though it's expected to undergo significant changes in the upper chamber and be sent back to the House before Trump signs it. Multiple Republican senators, including Senator Rand Paul, have said it adds too much to the federal deficit, while others, such as Senator Josh Hawley, have expressed concerns about cuts to Medicaid, assuming all Democrats vote against the bill. Republicans can afford to lose no more than 3 votes to pass the bill. Democrats better not vote for this bill. They better not co-sign for it, and they better not go along with it. If you all intend to gain power back in Congress, stand your ground. Fight for people. Stand on purpose. Stand on principle. The House approved the legislation in a 215 to 214 vote on May 22nd, with only 2 Republicans, Representatives Thomas Massie, a Republican from Kentucky, and Warren Davidson, a Republican from Ohio, voting against the bill, while 3 others voted present. Trump personally lobbied Republican holdouts to approve the bill, and House Speaker Mike Johnson had no respect for Mike Johnson, who claims to be a Christian. Spearheaded several last-minute changes, including raising the state and local tax, known as SALT, deduction rate, and moving of the deadline for Medicaid work requirements. Well, why are you trying to make sick people who you know have certain limitations to work when they're past the retirement age so they can have Medicaid? These people are disgusting. The legislation would also deliver on some of Trump's campaign promises, including ending taxes on tips and overtime. Really? Ending taxes? That's a lie. The taxation on tips are going to continue. These people just keep lying and lying and lying with a straight-laced tongue. They damn the Democrats as demons from hell, and the Republicans are supposed to be angels from heaven. And they want to extend the 27 tax cuts and make them permanent, and additional funding for border security. This is what it's all about. Make sure that the billionaires get more tax breaks, and make sure that everyday people continue to suffer unnecessarily. Houses are being foreclosed on. People are losing their jobs. People can't pay the high cost of rent. Neighborhoods are being gentrified overnight. SNAP benefits for millions of Americans, black and white and in between, are being cut. Seniors' Social Security is at risk because they don't want them to have it. Seniors have to choose between paying the rent or buying groceries. Prescription drugs are out of control. Just last week, CVS said it's going to close 300 stores. They're beginning to file for bankruptcy because the taxation, aka tariffs, is too much for their corporation. Walgreens, Rite Aid, they're closing stores around the country. Walmart is beginning to jump into the fray as well. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to be fired from their jobs with no safety net in play for them to be able to take care of themselves and their families. Homelessness is at an all-time high. Advocacy groups are stretched to the limits. The prison industrial complex is getting more richer and richer and richer because even high celebrities, the reason why they don't speak out on quote-unquote social issues, because they are investors of the prison industrial complex, Corrections Corporation of America. Wake up. Don't listen to these liars. Don't be deceived. Don't be cajoled. Don't be manipulated. They hoodwinked us once. They got over. They lied, they cheated, and they stole. Never surrender. Never quit.